To this review of last night's fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Obviously, Jake Paul coming out with the decision at the end of the fight, but just want to go through basically the whole event. So the rounds were only 2 minutes, but overall really played out how I sort of said in my prediction video, which is that Mike Tyson would get a good few punches off early, and he did. He got a few that connected, and we there was sort of that thing of, oh, look, can he do something here? And you saw, Jake Paul start landing hands. He got, I think, 2 or 3 left hooks off in one go in round 3, which all hit and sort of took Mike off his balance, sort of thing. But rather than actually probably hurt him, I think he's actually, you could just see the movement isn't there anymore. The movement isn't there. He wasn't moving like the old Mike Tyson. Nor will he. I think that's important for people to know. He's never going to move like that. He was having problems with his knees when he was at the end of his career, let alone now. He's going to have big issues with that movement when he relied so heavily on it in his fighting career. Jake Paul, really late on, I mean, you're talking last 2 rounds, Jake Paul all the way, just trying to throw out that jab, get a couple of hands on. Not really try and get him out of there, but get the decision easily. To be honest, I think it was a tough watch, very tough watch. I think, look, he didn't get knocked out, which was good, going against Jake, who's much younger, and Jake Paul, who's a decent enough fighter, probably not at anywhere near the level Mike was, not even, I would say, a pro. But to go against someone like that when you've got bad knees, you are later on in life. And look, Jake isn't a small guy either. And so I think he held himself well. I think we sort of knew how it was going to play out, where Mike would have a couple good shots early. People would think, oh yeah, he could do something here. And Jake Paul just wins every round, except from probably 1 or maybe 2 if Mike's quite lucky there, or the judge saw it slightly differently. But a tough one. And I think just showed, Mike Tyson after the fight wanted to say, look, I want to fight Logan, or who would I fight next? He thinks he might fight again, which I think, look, go against a retired fighter around your sort of age and do that type of fight. Don't go against these guys who are, influencers or, 30 and pretty decent boxers, because it makes no difference, to be honest, where Mike is so significantly a better boxer, but just the body isn't doing what it could before, and it makes it a bit difficult to watch at points. He wants to fight Logan next. He said about Logan said, basically, I don't think Logan will get back in the ring, to be honest with you. I think Logan's quite a big guy, even bigger than Jake. But does Logan actually have the thing to try and get back in the ring? Does he have that urge to get back in there? I don't think so. I think he's left that to Jake, and he's on to other things like the Prime and all these brand sort of stuff he does. And why would he get in the ring? Against Mike, it's a bit. We saw that fight. Would it actually sell? After we saw the fight between Jake and Mike, I don't think it sells anywhere near anything near what it did this time, and I think it would be very much like a Mike Perry Jake Paul pay-per-view. That it would do slightly more just because of Mike Tyson's name purely, but I don't think it will make anywhere near enough for them to actually pay Mike and Logan the money that they would need to get in that ring, especially Mike. He's made 20 million, and look, he ain't going to get in the ring for 2, and that's what I think a significant drop off it would be if he got back in the ring against like a Logan Paul or another influencer. Look, retired fighters, look at those guys around your age, around your weight class, obviously, but look at that and go, let's pick out a fight, a legends fight, basically, and do that, because I don't want to see Mike go against these young guys again, because I think it takes that down that name of Mike Tyson, and like kids nowadays will see that and go, he got beaten by Jake Paul, but it's not Mike Tyson. And look, back in the day, there's nothing even close. They're just complete polar opposites from when he fought before in his career, when he won the heavyweight championship, to now. It's just not the same person. So I think, look, Mike should do it. If he wants to get back in the ring, legends fight if he can find an opponent. But if not, look, you tried to do it again, and fair play to him. Got to the ring even after health complications last time out that stopped him. He got back in the ring, and he got to a decision with Jake, who's knocked out a load of MMA fighters, and who were active at the time. So yeah, I think Mike did good enough to say, look, that you're still the guy. You still got a little bit in the locker, even at your age that he is now, where he's getting he's got these knee injuries and things. But I think I think it's the important point where he shouldn't go against these young guys again, because at points it was hard to watch. But please let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I don't know what Jake goes on to next. I think it's tough to always say what he actually gets, who he gets to fight next. But he calls out everyone, and we see which one sticks. To be honest, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does get a big name, like a Conor, UFC. What happens there, and does Conor come back, or does he hang it up and do an influence? He's saying he wants to fight KSI and things. Currently, McGregor is. So, I think he's called out a load of people's names. Look, let's see. But I think they're looking for big names now. They saw the Mike Perry fight. The pay-per-view numbers were so shocking. It didn't pay for itself at all. So they're making smart moves, big names only, I think, at this point. So let me know what you thought of the fight in the comments down below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.